Spirit tells me you've been looking for answers everywhere. It's no coincidence you're here. You've been searching for answers everywhere. Videos, people, teachings, signs, trying to find that something that finally clicks. Something that finally clicks. And for a moment, it does. For a moment, it does. You hear something that resonates, something that feels true. But then you go back to searching again. Another video, another message, another perspective. And slowly but surely, and without realizing it, your mind becomes full. But your clarity doesn't deepen. Your clarity doesn't deepen because the more you search, the harder it becomes to hear yourself. The more you search, the harder it becomes for you to hear yourself. There's nothing wrong with learning. I want you to understand that there's nothing wrong with learning. There's nothing wrong with guidance. But there comes a point where more information becomes a distraction. Not because it's wrong, no, not because it's wrong, but because it's not yours. It's not yours. You've been trying to collect answers instead of recognizing them. Because the truth is, your intuition has been speaking to you this whole time, quietly, consistently, without forcing itself. But it doesn't compete. It doesn't compete. It doesn't fight for your attention. It doesn't get louder just because everything else is loud. So it gets missed. Not because it's not there. It's there. There just isn't any space for it. There isn't any space to hear it. You don't need another message right now. You don't need another message right now. You don't need another confirmation. You don't need another explanation. You need stillness. You need a moment where you stop reaching outward and allow everything to settle. Because something powerful happens when you stop searching. Something powerful happens when you stop searching. You start noticing. You start recognizing what feels right without needing it to be explained. You start trusting the quiet knowing instead of chasing the loud answers. And slowly, your clarity returns. Not all at once, not dramatically, but in small, undeniable ways. In small, undeniable ways. And this could be a thought that feels certain, a decision that feels right, a direction that doesn't need validation. That's your intuition. That's your intuition. It was never gone. It was never gone. It was just waiting for you to listen. So instead of asking, what else do I need to know? Ask yourself, what have I been ignoring? What have I been ignoring? Because the moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop chasing is the moment you begin to hear. It's the moment you begin to hear. That's where your path becomes more clear. That's where your path becomes clear. If you feel like you tuned into the right frequency, like, subscribe, because this is Spirit of Pula, the Spirit of Rain. Pula is the name.